everybody, welcome back. So today it's going to be a little bit of a lighter subject perhaps. I'm going to tell you a little bit of a backstory that's led me to this current journey that I'm on, and kind of tell you some of the emotions I went through when I was first discovering what I'm about to talk about. So I wrote on the board today, eat real whole foods. So how do you lose weight? Eat real whole foods. How do you feel better? How do you have more energy? Eat real whole foods. So let me just give you a little bit of my background. I have been on lots of diets. I often laugh and say I could own stock in Weight Watchers, but I haven't lost a pound. I've tried everything from Weight Watchers to South Beach. And I've lost weight on the programs. And I'm not saying those programs are necessarily bad. But what I'm going to talk about today is going to explain where I'm at now. And I haven't had success. Like, I've felt defeated by this whole weight loss issue. And now as I'm starting to age, I'm having health problems relating to the fact that I'm overweight. It's time to do something about this. But what? What diet now? So, in my research and listening to podcasts and that kind of thing and trying to figure out what the next diet I was going to try was, I'm not going to lie, that was my intention, I come across this idea of health coaching. So I started listening to that about that and researching that a little bit and decided I found it to be quite interesting. So the program that I'm in now through the Institute of Integrative Nutrition, initially started that as a way for me to learn how to help myself. So I'm going to be really honest with you. I went into the program thinking, great, this is somebody that's going to teach me how to be more nutritious, tell me what foods to eat, what foods not to eat. I was looking for my next diet. Now, I didn't get that, and I'm going to tell you what I did get. I was wanting that magic pill. We're all looking for the magic pill. So my first assignment was to dive into their diet theory library. I was so excited about that. I'm like, this is so great. It's probably going to tell me all these things and all the things about nutrients. Well, guess what it was? It was a library that told me about 100 different diet plans. So I was a little confused, I'll be honest. So I stuck in there, of course. I'd already signed up and paid for the program, so I might as well stick in there. And so moving into the next lessons, it started talking a lot more about what their philosophy was. So here we go. Now we're going to get down to the nitty gritty. Let me just say that it was less profound than I expected. Like I said, I'm wanting that magic pill. I was mad. I was honestly mad because I'm like, where is the program that tells me what to eat for breakfast, lunch, and supper so that I can lose weight? There was no plan like that. Now, this is what was said about the second or third lecture. Eat real whole foods. It crowds out the bad stuff. Really? You have got to be kidding me. I have invested a lot of money in a program that's the profound philosophy that I'm going to adopt. So I sat back and thought about it a lot and about all the things I had tried in the past that had not worked. And it sort of started to come together in my mind. So after I got over being gypped because I didn't get pages of what to eat and what not to eat and how to put this food with that food to cancel each other out, that doesn't really work, by the way, I started really diving into the lectures. And one of the next lectures was about bioindividuality. Now that's a big word that means what works for me is not going to work for you, and vice versa. And I got to thinking about that, and that's when things started to click. I had tried every diet known to man. I promise. I can show you my Kindle of all the books. Why hadn't they worked for me? Because a lot of your big diet plans are created for the general population, not for me. And what was going on in my body, it was not addressing. So it started to make more sense too about the discouragement I felt. I felt like a failure. I had worked it for years at losing weight just to have this, not to be able to succeed. So I spent my whole life feeling deprived, which leads me to a binge a few weeks later. So any weight I lost, I always gained back within a month because I had that deprivation binge mentality. So I have started to make the connection between figuring out what makes my body feel its best and have its most energy. And that's why I'm doing this elimination diet, to determine what things I can and can't eat. No gimmicks. Just eat real whole food. Have occasional treats. And I'm going to see where this leads me. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't know if this is the answer, but I believe in my heart it is. And we're going to find out together, because I'm sharing my whole journey with you guys as I go. This could actually be freedom for me, and it's already been really, really freeing, because I am getting out of that cycle of binge that has been a part of my life ever since I was 16 years old. I just want to feel good, and I want to eat what fuels my body the best. So the only way you're going to find that out is to test foods, to see what helps you. And that's what I'm doing now for myself. So I invite you along on this journey of my diet of eating real whole foods to crowd out the bad stuff. And let's see together if that's really what works. Maybe a diet is not the answer for any of us. Maybe we just have to adopt a lifestyle of making the real whole foods we need to eat taste really good. It's what we need for our bodies to perform at their peak. So subscribe to my channel and like this video, and I'll bring you along each week on this journey to see how this works out. See you next time.